Alright, so Doors just released its new daily run game mode, and I definitely have some thoughts.
Whoa, what? Cheddar's complaining one day after an update? Wow, he's such a big, fat, ugly loser.
Okay, calm down. Let me at least just explain myself. Alright, so as I said, Doors just released an update that added a new daily runs game mode, in an effort to increase the game's replayability. Now, I do think this is a great addition, and with its streak feature of promoting players to return for better rewards, I think it has a decent chance of working to retain players. Thing is, though, there are some issues I'm noticing with the game mode that I'd like to not only address in this video, but also offer solutions to. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about. With all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so what exactly is the new daily run game mode? Well, I'll briefly explain it. Essentially, every day from now on, a sequence of 30 randomly generated rooms and entities will be put together for players to complete. This is a daily run, and it can combine rooms and characters from all floors into one single playthrough. After reaching the end of the 30 rooms, you'll escape and earn a base prize. If you come back each and every day to complete the daily run, your streak will increase and offer better rewards. The whole system is designed to maximize replayability. By taking and randomly combining random rooms and entities from the entire game, each day's playthrough feels unique, and the streak system offers prize incentives to join the game each and every single day. I really like this feature. I think it'll be great to the game's replayability. It's just that there's one main issue I noticed, one that will become a lot more apparent later on down the road. I just want to address it now so it can hopefully be fixed. This game mode isn't really that fun. There, I said it.
Whoa, what? Why did Cheddar say that? Is he mentally insane?
Now, settle down. You see, this game mode is designed specifically to make people come back each and every day. However, after a while, the room variety just kind of all blends together until eventually each run does feel the same. The same effect can be seen if you play battle mode for way too long. Eventually, the features meant to enhance replayability just kind of lose their effect as you are so caught up in just winning the round. This is especially true for daily runs, which, as you may have noticed, have no differences between playthroughs on the same day, only on different days. These problems, although insignificant now, one day after release, can build up later on to make playing through daily quests just feel like a grind to upkeep your streak, not a fun experience. So how can this be mitigated? Well, I've come up with some suggestions that could hopefully mitigate this problem. Wait, why did I say mitigate twice? I don't know, let's just move on. For one, I believe some replayability features should be implemented into runs that take place on the same day. Most of the game mode's replayability comes from how it changes every day, not within the same day. This actually is very important to the game mode's leaderboard, so I don't think the lack of same-day replayability should be entirely removed. What I'm proposing is that each time you play the game mode within one day, the rooms that generate in each playthrough would still be mostly the same, like it is now, but just have some slight differences. For example, one playthrough you could come across the same 5 mines rooms in a row, but then the next one you'll come across the same 4 and then a hotel room at the end. A feature like this wouldn't actually get rid of the essential sameness that playthroughs on a single day have, but it would make runs feel a tiny bit more interesting, especially if you are replaying the same exact run on the same day over and over again until you eventually beat it. After all, Doors is a trial and error game. You're going to have to play the same playthrough at least a couple times before you get the hang of it. Moving on, the next change I'm suggesting is actually pretty big, so strap in. It's also my last change because of how big it is. From the looks of it, these daily run playthroughs seem to all follow the same gameplay loop, that being what's normally seen in the mines and hotel. This will get boring over time. In fact, I was somewhat bored playing my very first daily quest because I was so used to the traditional gameplay loop. So, in order to spice it up, at least just a little bit, I'm proposing what I like to call the challenges system. Essentially, although some days the daily run will follow the traditional Doors gameplay loop, like what we see normally, Other days, a challenge from a more unique aspect of the game will be applied onto the playthrough for players to complete. The whole lore of the daily run game mode is that Glitch is training you with visions so you get better at the actual game. Well, the actual game has a lot of different gameplay styles, which daily runs don't account for. So what if they did? Well, let's explore what these challenge runs would entail. For one, periodically, a daily run could play out as if the make haste modifier was applied. You'd have to locate timer levers throughout the rooms to avoid haste, which could maybe spawn in glitchy smoke clouds in the air to be compatible with all room types, whilst also playing the game normally. Another challenge idea I had was to make Seek chase you throughout the entirety of the set of randomly generated rooms. They could have the same pathfinding as Rush to be compatible with every room, and you'd have to speed through the playthrough in order to survive. You'd also probably have a speed boost so that was possible. There could even be a challenge playthrough where entities are just completely spammed on top of you, similar to what Floor 2 was like before it got nerfed, yet the amount of rooms you'd need to traverse would be shortened to balance the heightened difficulty. Those are just some examples of additional modifiers that could somewhat be applied to daily runs to break up the repetitiveness of the normal Doors gameplay loop, thus making the feature even more replayable. Another idea I had for these unique challenge versions of daily runs could simply be just forcing players to play a round of battle mode. I know, that sounds a little silly, but let me explain. Battle mode has a very similar room generation style to what is seen in daily playthroughs, so why not just make players play against each other in a round of battle mode as a daily challenge every so often, with the winner of the round completing their daily quest for the day. There are definitely more examples I could list, but I believe that in order for daily runs to feel less repetitive and more replayable day after day, they should take advantage of all the unique gameplay loops inside the entirety of Doors, not just in the mines and the hotel, such as Seek chases and of course battle mode, as I've already described. Other than that, I feel this game mode has a very promising future towards making Doors as a whole a lot more replayable experience. However, it will get stale over time. I hope the developers realize that, and that could take away from the game mode's entire purpose later on down the road when players actually realize that, hey, we've been playing the same exact thing over and over again every single day. Daily runs aren't a bad feature, they are far from it. However, it only took me playing it once to realize that in their current state, where you're literally just playing the game normally but with some extra room and entity variety, the game mode will become stale over time. The whole reason why Doors isn't replayable is because its traditional gameplay loop becomes stale after a while. So why would the game mode aimed at making Doors more replayable fall into that same trap? I'm sure there's other feature ideas that exist that could improve the game mode, but stuff like slightly adding more room variability in the same playthrough each day, as well as more interesting and challenging playthroughs, could work to make the game mode more replayable. So with all of that being said, let me know in the comments what you think of this game mode in its current state, as well as your ideas to improve it. Let me know what you think of my ideas to improve it and expand upon that down in the comments. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.